Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me do attendance real quick. We got 3 minutes. Let's see here. Courtney is present. Jalen is present. Let's see, Stucky. Miller is present. Lightu is present. Valdez is present. Okay, so let me reset the screens. Make sure it's saved. Welcome to class, everyone that just got here. Just give you 2 minutes. If you have your kit, you might want to set it up to do verification. Some people have not done the reports for the midterm exam. And all you have to do is just demonstrate your kit and performance. And you might be leaving around, I want to say 3:30, if not earlier, if you can do other things on your kit. So take some time, set it up, make sure it's in a place where you don't have to always move it because those kits are very delicate and they're very high powered.
I got into the Scratch 3 you were talking about.
Oh, check you out. Okay. We're going to talk about that. You might be leaving a little early. Let me finish this attendance up. Dajay is here. Miss Kennard is here. Okay. Good, 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 good. Today's going to be a decent session for all students that have already their kits. Mr. Rush was up at the school, I think, until 3:30 today. So it's my hope that some of the students in here got their kits and they're able to get up to speed because these kits will help double the scores if you can get the kit to work. This is equivalent to on-the-job training. So you must follow directions, take your time with the kits, and if you can actually be successful with this, you can be getting a job in pretty much any STEM field because you're learning how to critically think and repair as well as troubleshoot computers. Very essential for engineering students in here. Let's see here. So just so you know, as a heads up, that you don't put the box to the side. It's not exactly a Christmas gift. I wrapped it because of the season, but it is a learning kit. So you will be expected to get the Sense hat working. I'm hoping Mr. Valdez can show what that looks like. And you'll see another Michael Tyler in here. That's me logged in onto this classroom via my kit. I still need to troubleshoot the sound, but there I did fix my Sense hat, and that Sense hat is what you would use to get scores that will double your class grade. All right, now time for some in-class participation points. We're gonna go through our norms.
Hey, Mr. Tyler, can I hey that computer thing still I can come get it?
He's up there till 3:30, Mr. Rush. And if you happen to miss Mr. Rush today, you can give him a call. Or you can reach out to him on SB and find out if someone's going to be up to school tomorrow. But it's good
All
to
right.
have that kit before you guys go on Christmas break because you will have time to follow the procedures I'm going to provide you with and test it out. Because when you guys come back from break, you should be able to have your microphone on, your camera on, pretty much do everything you need to participate in class. That's going to get you a boost in your grade score. Okay, especially if you're deficient. You can reach out to all teachers. They have a kit now. I think majority of them, and they're field testing the kits now too. So some of them have already finished it and got it running, like Mr. Overdyke and Miss Lane. She's working on hers currently. So a lot of this stuff is going to be redundant, but just to make sure you open up that kit, you get it going. You do have a computer, a supercomputer in that kit that you have to make function. All right, so without further ado, let's go through our norms. And I'm kind of taking a different approach, mostly participation. So you get to step in when I call you. And if you're away from your camera, you're away from your screen, or just away from your computer doing something else, you might miss the opportunity to get some points that could help you towards the end of the quarter. All right, so first in the list, if you see my screen, number 1 would be Mr. Valdez. Can you read that? Can you see it? Mr. Valdez, are you there?
Yeah, my bad. I was taking care of my dogs. You want me to read number 1?
Yes.
No one has the right to hurt another person.
Thank you, sir. Courtney Dixon, can you read number 2?
Education in the classroom are sacred.
Thank you, sir. Miss Moore, number 3.
We've never behaved in a way that discredit ourselves or screw often.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Miller, number 4.
Excel Academy software students will always act with integrity.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Stuckey, number 5.
You say you want me to read number 5?
No, that was Jalen, sir. Go ahead, Jalen.
We take pride in self-academy software.
Thank you, Jalen. The 5 academic norms. Next on the list would be Mr. Gray. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you read number 1, please?
We respect the opinions of others.
Awesome. Mr. Garcia, number 2.
Number 2 says, we respect the culture of the classroom.
Awesome. Miss Kennard, could you read number 3?
We are attentively participate.
Thank you. Miss Laitu, number 4.
We have high expectations of ourselves, our peers, and our teachers.
Awesome. Coming down to the very last one, number 5, Mr. Valdez. Can you read that, please? I think he stepped away. So let me come to Courtney. Can you finish it off with number 5?
We are here to focus on preparing ourselves for post-secondary endeavors.
Awesome. A very, very quick opportunity to win 15 points towards prior scores. Who can tell me what are 3 routes for post-secondary endeavors? You need to get all 3 to get. Courtney, you raise your hand. Go for it, sir.
Military, trade school, and college.
You got it, sir. Very awesome. Okay, so if you have your kits, this is your way of getting out this class, but you have to make it work. And I'm going to give you a series of steps.
Mr. Thomas,
question. Yes,
I'm
Garcia.
sorry to interrupt you. I'm still downloading everything because my internet went up yesterday. And I guess it stopped or something like that, but I'm still downloading everything right now.
Mr. Tyler.
Okay. I understand, Garcia. Go ahead, Ms. Moore.
Mr. Rush still at the school?
He said he'd be there till 3:30. You need to reach out to him at SB. That's what I understand from him. But you need to try to reach out to him and let him know you're coming. Otherwise, I don't want you getting there and you don't. He doesn't know you're there. So try to message him on SB real quick because I can't put his number out here on this chat. All right. So with that said, we did our norms. If you notice, I still have today's assignment up here, and I'm willing to forego this assignment to get off a Christmas break. You'll see assignments posted, but be honest with you guys, if you don't have that kit up and running the way I do, you come back from break, a lot of those assignments are going to get zeros unless you just went back and did them. All right? So really trying to help you at least 10 assignments from the past if you can get this kit functional the way I am. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean by functional. There's something in your kit called the Sense Hat. Now, the Sense Hat is what the music teacher, myself, the science teacher, we can all use to see if you're testing out humidity, temperature, uh, LED arrays. Just it's a whole series of projects that you can do, and you show people how to do them in the workforce, and they'd be like, okay, give that person $20 an hour, or give that person $50 an hour, because they really studied. So let me turn on my screen from my Raspberry Pi. And I was working all night to get this going. So you should see me. If you pin on me, you can see me. And if you see me, I make sure I turn my background off and I make sure this. You should see my Raspberry Pi system set up. I had to go and get my son's LCD screen because the little small screen wasn't doing it for me. And the little small screen that comes with your kits, it doesn't even have a sound port unless you connect the Bluetooth device. All right. So there's a series of steps. I'll share those links with you in a moment. But I just want to show you, because I think it's better to show you what you're trying to achieve before I just talk your head off, okay? So everybody can see what I'm doing, right? I can see what I'm doing. Can you see my screen? And if you can't, you should pin my screen. You go to the little thumbtack on my presentation or my picture where you see my camera, and you'll see that I have all this set up over here. Now I'm going to turn on the camera from the Raspberry Pi. Something else you guys have to make sure works, but you can't get it going unless you go through all the steps. Now, I know some students are going to be like, you're doing the most. Can you do it for me? I'm sorry, moment of truth. The staff, as well as the students, have to prove competency, meaning they have to go through these steps without breaking the equipment, because it's the same thing that's going to be expected of you if you come to a job, right? So if you can't follow these steps, it's going to be hard to help out people, because that means when you get into a job environment, they're going to look at you like, okay, this person can't read, right? And I want to make sure they know our students can read. So let's go through this. I'm going to turn on my camera over here. And if you're looking at my screen from the other Michael Tyler, you should see a camera pointing directly towards, let's see if I got it, directly towards the Raspberry Pi kit. Can everybody see that? So let me turn off this and take a look at all the cameras on deck. And you should see the other Michael Tyler. Let me check out over here. Oh, Dajay left. Okay. So let me check out this screen. And the camera's not blue. So let me recycle it, because I think that's what's happening here. You'll see me leave and come back, but I'm trying to be honest with you. This is as far as you got to get with the system. All right, so camera's blue. When your camera is working, it'll turn blue as far as the ring if you're looking at my screen. So let me show you. I'm going to join now. And it says it's connecting. Camera's on. Microphone's off, but you should see what I'm doing, right? And I see what I'm doing. So if I'm looking at Mike Tyler, where are we at? You got this, right? So does everybody see what I'm doing over here or no? Let me do it again just in case.
I can't see what you're doing on the computer, but I can see.
You come on the Raspberry Pi, Miller? Okay, how about now? You should see my hand on the screen real soon. So what do you see now? Do you see me in the other one? I see myself over here.
Yeah, like the camera set up over here by the other desk. You got the Raspberry Pi, right?
Exactly, Courtney. Very good. So I did that on purpose because I'm about to show you, if you look in this Raspberry Pi right here, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna move it over a little bit. Does everybody see the Raspberry Pi?
Yeah.
And
Are
the
you using your
and the
webcam?
Sense huh?
You using a webcam that came with the thing?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
So you got to go through all those updates that I told you guys about. This is kind of, I hate to say, it's kind of like babysitting or a gigapet. You have to make sure you go through every step in that situation I give you. If you guys go in like most adults and just human beings do, I don't need to read a book. I got it. And just plug everything up. You might, one, break something. Two, when you got it all connected, it won't work. And then you're going to be like, Mr. Tyler, my thing don't work. Let me look at you like, because you didn't follow the steps. You did what you wanted to do. And now you get the consequence. So look, moving forward, you're going to have all Christmas break. you should get used to doing what I just did. All right. You should see my screen. This is from my laptop, the work laptop. You should also see the screen here that comes from the Raspberry Pi. And that's because I went through all these steps. So I'm going to let this keep running as proof to you that all these things work. In the event you don't have a laptop and you got that little rinky-dink phone, you could set your Raspberry Pi system up and still keep up in class, as well as college or work, if they wanted to know how well you are in terms of technology. All right, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to leave this running because I want to get you some initial documents that you need to save. And well, welcome to class, Autumn. I think you have your kit. Rush told me. But now I'm going to go through some initial steps. Everybody in here, hopefully by Monday, if they can have their Raspberry Pi sign into class, because you all have the same email invitation. So if you're able to get it into sign into class, have your Raspberry Pi kit working, you will get your Raspberry Sense hat working, you will get 10 do nows restored to 100%. But I know how difficult this is. So you need to go through those steps. Now, let me show you what those steps are. Valdez, you had something?
Yeah, could those credits be transferred over to another class, or is it just for this class?
It depends on what class you did it in. Yes, sir. It's a great question. Because all the teachers have the kits. Valdez just gave y'all another way to recover. So each class where you show how that works and the teacher reports it to me, that's 10 more do nows that can be brought back from the dead. This is my way of helping you, but you can't get it if you don't put in the work. All right. So let me give you the documents you need, but I want to use the Raspberry Pi. So in case you didn't remember, like Tyler, I don't know what to do, I forgot, the Raspberry Pi has on board a getting started kit that directs you through. Now I can give you the links and you can do them in the right order, but I think it's best if you set up your kit and you use your steps that's already on board the kit. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna grab the camera from my little mini desk station I made for my kit and show you where to go. Okay, I'm gonna have one hand and another hand, but you understand what I'm trying to do. So this is not hard on you. I mean, in fact, the kit comes with a book, but I know a lot of people don't like reading books no more. We just read YouTube, right? Problem with that is you YouTube this, you'll find an older model. This is fresh off the racks from Google in California. So you have to follow the procedure that's either on the computer already or the ones I give you, because I've already talked to the engineers and other teachers using it. So just trust me, if you don't follow my steps, you cut corners, you're going to have a real headache, not with me, but with yourself. So let's go through this. You should see on my screen, for the teacher screen, the back of my jacket, which means I'm not even looking at you guys. I'm now looking at the Raspberry Pi. I'm going to grab the camera off of my monitor here and show you my actual setup using the camera, if you see my hand, from the Raspberry Pi. And I'm going to point down to some initial things. Does everybody see my setup? All right?
Yeah.
So pin my screen if you can't see it, but I'm showing you how to have it set up in your room somewhere so you can always just get up and come to a desk and do your classwork. And the more you get comfortable with this system, you might also need a pair of these too, everybody. All right, you see these? These are needle nose pliers. So if you break a pin, maybe you can fix it before I have to fix it. But try to get you a pair of those. So everything I'm doing is coming from the Raspberry Pi and this screen, if you see it. One screen is on my laptop, and you see which screen it is. I'm not looking at you guys. The other screen, I'm looking directly at my Raspberry Pi. I haven't even gotten to the Sense hat part. Now I'm going to show you real quick how it should work, and then I'm going to show you where to go to get everything you need to get it going. So inside of your Raspberry Pi, you always want to click on this little raspberry in the corner. Does everybody see a little raspberry there? Let me zoom in a little bit. See that? We click on that raspberry there. You want to come to programming. Come all the way down to something called the Sense hat Emulator. Now this is all in the instructions, so nobody get lost. I'm just showing you a demonstration of what's expected. I didn't want to talk you link for link through. I wanted you to see it for yourself, because I believe students learn more from seeing nowadays than they do reading. All right, so you see that? This is what you should have up as an emulator to test out what code you want in the future with me to make this SenseHat do, right? Now I went to, in case you forgot, programming, SenseHat emulator, and later on we're going to talk about Scratch 3 probably tomorrow. But I want you to just work on these things because this has a lot of academic software that you guys need to get out of this school and out of college, I want to say too. All right, so the next thing is you want to open up your Thonny Python IDE. Okay, I'm spending all morning trying to get this stuff ready for you guys. So I can see what I'm doing. Let me change this. That's what I mean by thumbtacks, if you see that. And you guys should see what I'm doing, right? So look at that. This is the Thonny, and this is Python code you guys are learning. You need to have this running to even use a SenseHat. Now, there's two ways to use a SenseHat from what I know. One is Scratch 3. That's the integrated version. And my students in computer science, if you use Scratch, girls who code members, if you use Scratch, is going to another level with this SenseHat.
And Donnie, that's like the JavaScript type version, right?
Well, it's Python now, Courtney.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we upgraded, right?
So you said we could put the Raspberry Pi on the TV, can't we?
You're right. You use HDMI TV like I'm using, and you have sound and everything on the HDMI TV, Courtney. All right, as if you remember how to connect it to your micro port. All right, so look, let me minimize that. When I use Thonny, there are some example codes inside of Thonny already. So I'm gonna go to file, open. And inside of here, you'll find some example code. The one I want you guys to make is called Rainbow. You got to find the code, but you won't find all this unless you do all the steps I want to show you. And I'm going to show you where to find it. I'm going to send you the links, but I'm going to show you where to find it right on your Raspberry Pi. So if you're a little bit stubborn, you're going to have a hard grade. Now I'm going to open up this Pi file. You know, a Pi file is py. If you .py when you get there. And I'm going to show you why the Pi is important. Why the SenseHat's important. So it opens up source code like we did with Arduinos. But if you did all the steps and make sure it's fully updated, this is what will happen to your SenseHat. So once I got that loaded, the example code, I can hit play, run the script, and if you pay attention, it does this. Does everybody see what's on my screen?
Yeah.
It's a rainbow, huh? Now, there are other example code like humidity and stuff I want to get to on Friday. And maybe if you guys can get humidity to work, and you're like, what is humidity? Okay, that's another piece of code. Again, everybody, you cannot get this stuff to work unless you do your due diligence and sit down and program the code slowly. All right, so here, this next one, this is called humidity. It'll change to green and yellow in humidity. And it's mainly because, see, I messed up on my code somewhere. But it's supposed to turn, let me show you what it looks like as far as it's called EMU. So the emulator, kind of was prepared for you guys, this one. And then I'm going to change the EMU and I'll teach you how to do all that as far as your programming, because this is script code, not blocks anymore, everybody. So we're getting advanced. We're getting you guys ready for jobs, huh? So if I run this, it should open up my emulator. And it didn't, but the emulator is right here. And that's what it's supposed to look like if you see that. So this is like our make code if people have had me, or just a basic way to see what your SenseHat's supposed to do if you did it right. All right, I've said enough. I'm gonna put my camera down and I'm gonna come back to my teacher screen. But that's what you guys got to be able to do. Get your hat to run, not your hat, but your Raspberry Pi, the whole system, the kit, to run as mine's as. That's what you really got to do over Christmas break to recover some more grades. All right, let me turn this camera off. And I'm not doing anything like I'm a genius. I just read the steps. You can do what I do, but you have to read. So, all right, let me come over here. And you guys should still see me. Yeah, the camera's still running. And I see Valdez is here. Did you log in with yours already, or?
Yeah, I actually got the audio to work on it.
Okay. You got to teach me that one. I was gonna do that later on tonight. But now, did you get the Scratch 3 running?
Yeah, I'm actually in it right now. I'm trying to load in a file I had saved because I was working on it.
Valdez, can you show them where to getting started? Like I showed you the Raspberry and stuff. Can you show the class where to go in case you get stuck? Where you should always go if you get stuck. But you gotta pick up your camera, Valdez, like I did, and show them, because we can't share on here. We have to use something called VNC, and I'll teach you guys that later.
So there's well, my bad.
It's okay. So I want you guys to pay attention, but I'm gonna start putting in the chat links while he's showing you what to do, in case you can't find one.
Right. So there's a little raspberry up there. It's off my screen, but there's a little icon up there. And from there you could basically access everything here. Programming. Which this is the one that we're working on, right? The Scratch 3.
Right. That's the one he's talking about. That gets you started. It's called Using Your Raspberry Pi.
Is this the Sensei you were talking about right now?
Let me see what you're talking about.
The
I can't see your screen too well.
Emulator.
What does it say?
It says Sensei Emulator.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
But you also need to open up the Python. It's a Thani Python IDE, because that's how you're going to program your Synthet when you're making new codes. So you kind of want to open them both.
Okay, I got the emulator on and the other one's loading.
Okay, cool. So I put in the link what pretty much Mr. Valdez got through with. If you're having trouble connecting the Synthet, I just put a PDF in there from CodeNext. They anticipated students would have a hard time connecting that thing. I want to have you think about the fact that those pins are very delicate. And once you snap it into place, it's hard to pull that black alignment out. So make sure you aligned it with the pins and you snapped it down, because it's one of those one-time things, you know. So that's a PDF in the chat. Make sure you're collecting these different articles. You'll need them. Now, how do I figure out what to do with the Synthet, Mr. Tyler? Or how do I figure out what to do with the camera? Here's a guide on troubleshooting. Now, I kind of did some of the work for you all and sifted through all this material. But those 3 links will get you started. But that's how far you go into the links. That's what your success will be. Courtney, you had a question? I see you turn your mic on.
No, I was gonna say, but really, because when I was on my thing, when I was on my Raspberry Pi, and then I was trying to find out like all that type of stuff, I just went to the help section, and then like all the links that you put in the chat, it's all that stuff. In the help
Courtney, 15 points. I just said that, Courtney. So, Courtney, I'm doing it in case people don't have their Pi set up. Yes, sir. That's all I'm saying. But yes, you're right. You can do it either way. I'm giving you a shortcut. Once you get everything connected, and you guys got to review that 4-minute video if you don't know how to put it together. But these links, they show you what to do step by step. Not to mention there's a book in the kit and a pamphlet that you should read. Valdez,
Go to YouTube. There's a lot of videos on everything.
oh, see, there you go.
It's telling that you should read.
Gray, that must be Mr. Gray over there. I'm just saying, reading is fundamental. I mean, my dad said as slaves, the best thing you could do is learn how to do math and read. Everything
I
else
thought you would get killed. Oh, I thought you would get killed if they found you.
Tell them we could read and do that stuff, but I'm just saying. So everybody, I want to give you about 10 minutes to work on this kit and try to get it where Valdez is. If you're having trouble, all you got to do is just share your screen. Don't move your kit. Move your laptop or whatever you're using and show me where you're at. That's how you can get points for today. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes and we're going to do share outs. Valdez, I want you to just take this 10 minutes to get fully set up and show the class, okay? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So 10-minute clock. I want everybody to get into their kits to have one. If you don't, don't worry about it. You said what, Gray?
I was just going to say, I got an imaginary kit in my head.
Well, not exactly. I want you to play with this link, which is a simulator. I thought about you guys too, who can get your kits yet. So hold on.
Yes, thank you.
I try to think through all the angles. And I go to my shared links, or the ones I saved for the Raspberry. Because I was up to 2 a.m., but I was having fun. It was kind of like video game programming to me. All right, so for students that don't have the kits yet, here is it's called Trinket. It's an interactive tool, and I want you to utilize it with those links. I want you to go through to the troubleshooting. I'll try to find it for you, Gray. But open it up, play with it, and tell me how you think it works. This is called the Astro Pi simulator. And the Astro Pi is basically your Sense hat. And they have competitions that are space involved for you guys, I found out. The power of reading, huh? So open the link up, and I want to see if I can get you to the page where you actually do stuff with it. So let me see here. Did you get that link, Gray? Okay, I guess he's stepped away for a moment.
You put them in the chat, right?
Yes, I put the links in the chat, sir. And put a few more in there for you to help you out about the Sense hat. So if you want to know what the Sense hat is, this article here, which is also inside of the Raspberry Pi, tells you why it's so important for us to use it. But you're literally going through what you would go through to learn how to do a technician job right now, everybody. So you're learning job skills. All right, so I want, let's see here, random sparkles maze. Let's do random sparkles. And I want, Gray, you to go through this activity with that website that I gave you, okay? So here it is. This is for people who do not have a kit on hand. You can still do this online simulator or emulator to show what you know. So I want you, Gray, to use that link, that first link, and then go through introduction all the way down to challenge better sparkles in 10 minutes, okay? Actually, we got 7 more minutes left for people to try this activity if you don't have your kit. If you have your kit, just show me that you got at least starting on this updates, if you know what I mean. So either way, you got something you have to do. Where's my clock at? I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. That'll put us at 33 or 23 or something. And just take your time, use the videos, use the links I gave you, and put your kits together correctly. These things are delicate, so put it on a flush surface. The HDMI micro ports, I think 2 students broke those ports. And if you break those ports, you can't see anything on that mini computer. So take your time. If you're using an HDMI cable, that's normal. You have to use that converter, that small piece, to connect it to the HDMI cable and then to the TV you're going to use. If you're using the the LCD screen, which stands for liquid crystal display.
Hey, Mr. Tyler, you said what? Because that's what I'm actually trying to connect to the TV right now. So you said the what?
You have to use that little micro. Let me find it in my kit.
You talking about this little piece right here?
Yeah, Courtney. Yeah. So you plug that one to convert it to the Raspberry Pi, right? Yep. To the HDMI you're going to use. Make sure your HDMI is long enough to go to the TV. Yep. And then the other end goes straight to the TV, right? So that small converter piece, Courtney, you're going to plug that into your Raspberry Pi. But don't.
So I don't need this little white one right now.
No, you can't really use the white one unless it's long enough, right?
Right.
So that's up to you how you want to do that. Now, if you know your white one is long enough to reach your TV, you use that. If you got a longer HDMI cable, Courtney, then you got to use that converter piece with the cable.
Right.
Okay. All right. So get used to this. I mean, this is like a computer, a very convenient computer you guys can use to just do your work, and it's got a lot of stuff on it too. Because I want to talk about gaming and VNC and make some real engineers out of you guys with this kit. I see Jalen has a TV behind him. He can connect his to that. Is that a TV? Is it HDMI, Jalen, or no? He looks frozen. Okay. Oh, there he goes. Is that an HDMI TV you got behind you, Jalen, or no? You know you could have connected the Raspberry Pi to that if you had a long enough cable, like Courtney's doing. So some of you guys can make this real easy exercise.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. Treat it like the Xbox, but a little more powerful. Or the PlayStation 5. I don't know what type of games you guys play. but that's essentially what it is. Also, a lot of your updates won't work if you guys didn't connect it to your existing Wi-Fi. So make sure that's connected. And also, I keep finding these issues. I'm glad I went through it. If you don't select the English language for your keyboard, your Wi-Fi key won't work. Take your time with all the steps, everyone. This is not something you can rush through. It will backfire, and I will see it, and I will grade you accordingly. All right, so I'm done talking. 7 minutes. I want you to focus on those steps. Use your Raspberry Pi onboard getting started manual to get most of this done. The goal is to at least see what you've built, and if you want extra credit, to be able to log in to Google Meet right now, much like Courtney and I think who else? Valdez is done. So try to see if you can get those things done. I know the installation process takes about an hour, but some of you might have already cracked the kit open and got that far. So we'll see.
Miss Tyler, you see my Raspberry Pi coming on the TV?
I'm sorry, Courtney. I could have turned my mic on. I was doing a tennis. You said what now?
You see the Raspberry Pi on the TV?
I see. Let me pin your screen, Courtney, because I don't have your screen pin. 1 second. Leave it up, Courtney. I'm trying to get to your name. Okay, pin. I want to pin this student. Pin a screen. There it is. It's blurry. What's happened to your camera? It's like blurry or something. Is there something on the camera screen?
Oh yeah, I probably got the background on my.
You got the tape or something, or the back? Yeah, fix that. I can't see nothing, Courtney. Can you change? Yeah, change your background on your laptop. I think. There you go. Okay, I see white. Can you bring it closer? Okay. I still see nothing but white. I think you got it though. Yeah, I see code next. You do got it going. Way to go. Okay, you might want to leave that set up the way it is so you can always do your work, man. But you got it on a pool table, so you can't leave it that way.
Yes, I can.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm saying that's a good setup though. So Courtney, go through all the steps because you are hot on fire with this kid. You got it. You test, make sure you test your sound and everything, Courtney. And then the next thing you got to do is try to log in with it.
Where my Raspberry go?
Huh?
My Raspberry missing.
You talking about your Sense hat?
No, my Raspberry on the screen.
Oh, I don't know. That means you didn't install everything correctly. I need you to go through those steps. You got to finish and do things. All right, you close though. That means all of your parts work. Pretty good. So what we're doing, everybody, is what most engineers do. We're going through, we're doing inventory. We're testing it. We're making notes. Because imagine if you was an engineer like I was, you had to go between go in front of venture capitalists or people who are basically paying you money to do what you do and explain it to them. And a lot of times, if you haven't done it already, it's going to be very hard to explain. So take this time and do that. Okay, so that's the end of the time. Time to warm up. If you've done anything with your kit, you should be able to take your laptop and show me. Just turn your camera towards it using your camera screen. Valdez, would you like to go first, or you need a little more time to get going?
I could show you, but what am I supposed to show you?
What can you do with Scratch 3? You got that going or no?
Oh yeah.
All right. So tell the class what you did to get it working. Can you?
First I could just redo it. I'm gonna close this one.
Everybody pin his screen so you can see what he's talking about.
So you go up to the top left and there's a little raspberry thingy, or you could also press it on the keyboard and it'll open up this menu, and you just go to the Scratch 3 program.
Now this is after you set everything up, right?
Yes.
Okay. And now what are you gonna do?
I'm just waiting for it to load.
Okay. And this will automatically connect to your SenseHat?
Yes.
Okay. So it's 2 routes, everybody, to utilize this SenseHat, and I think it's about 3 more. But this is what we're going to be using a lot of, because you guys got to make the SenseHat do different things in different classes too. It's a very versatile tool. How long does that take usually to load, Valdez? I was noticing that too.
About like a few minutes, not that long. Like
yeah, because it's got to connect to the SenseHat in order for it to start emulating. Now, is the emulator or is Scratch that we can use, everybody?
So
it shows you what it looks like to log in. Okay, I think you got it. There you go.
Yeah. I had already worked on it, so I'm gonna load a file.
Okay. Did you use some examples? Because I was going to start grafting some examples for you guys.
Yeah.
All right. And then there's a trinket program for those students that don't have the SenseHat. You can use it online. And there is an activity that I gave you as well for the simulator portion. So if you don't have as much done as Valdez, you can at least still do the simulator portion online. And I got that on the screen. But you should be looking at what Mr. Valdez has so far.
This is as far as I got. I can move it around with the keyboard.
Are you able to put something together in Scratch 3 to make it light up differently or do something? Because there's a lot of activities.
I have this, but I'm not sure how to like make it appear on the SenseHat.
That's fine. I'll teach you that later. You can get back to what you're doing. You did great. All right, so we're at the share out point of our class. Who would like to go next? Or do I go down the list and just call you out one by one? Bear in mind that Google Meet is in alphabetical order of first name. So first in the list after Valdez would be Miss Hall. Are you there?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you share
my mama
your
just walked through the door with my kit.
Okay, did you try out the simulator though?
I was upstairs. I was finishing up some old work. I'm trying to get it into you.
Okay, so I need you to go to the chat and find a simulator. Okay, I'm gonna post it again for you. And you can use this even if you don't have a kit. So I want you to try to get that done by 8 p.m. so you can get credit for today, Autumn. But if you get your kit done, you can share out tomorrow morning with it functional as Mr. Valdez and still get credit. So the first link is the simulator for online for what we're doing. The second link is the activity for what to do with the simulator. Anybody else? Is there anybody else ready to share out? I'm about to come down the list. Valdez, you'll be able to go in 2 minutes, sir. So you did great. Thank you. Courtney, you're free to go in 2 minutes. I seen you knocked it out the ballpark. You got to connect it to your TV. That's you got the kid sitting on a pool table. So that was pretty cool and smooth. You're free to leave in 2 minutes.
I'm just gonna. I don't know. Do I need to read the book?
Well, no. If you read the book, it's gonna skip some steps, kind of like a math book. So I'm trying to get y'all easier route.
I connected it to my TV, but the raspberry icon not on that though.
Oh, all right. So you got to go through the part of troubleshooting, right?
The what?
You need a troubleshooting guide, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want you to do is, you see my screen?
Yeah.
I want you to go through all these steps and cross-check what you did, all right? And in here, Courtney, you see what I'm doing? It says how to get help. That's a very important step because there's a troubleshooting guide. Do you see what I'm pointing at?
Yeah.
Okay, so go through that because that takes you through anything that's not working on your computer, especially any add-ons. So things that are connected, add-on, go to step 10 in the troubleshooting guide. But this has a lot of other things too. Go right here, and you will have all these devices you can like figure out what's wrong with them too. Does that help?
All right. So it was the one. It's the link that you posted at 312.
Yeah, but it's also in the Raspberry Pi getting started kit. Okay.
Trick or treat box.
All right.
Okay, so you're free to go, Courtney, because it's 3:30, and same with Valdez. Who else wants to share out real quick?
I'll share out.
Who is that, Gray? All right, all you gotta do is show me your camera that you got it set up at least, and see if you can like show me how to get to
Well,
the
I
get
can't because I
started.
did this. I pressed a little link on my phone, so I'm going to put the share screen thing up in.
Oh, you want to share screen?
Yeah.
Oh, so you did the simulator, right?
Yeah, I was trying to show you like
Yeah, I got to turn it on. That's my fault. I'm trying to be safe. All right, so
Mr.
go
Tyler.
right ahead. Who is that, Garcia?
Yeah, I was about to say I was downloading it, and then my mom needed a extension cord back, so I had to
Okay.
unplug it because I don't
So
have
you need
another
to try to get
source.
it ready. Very good. Oh, you got a lot started on the Astro Pi. All right. Did you go through the steps in that activity guide, Gray?
I'm learning them, so I can be able to do it.
Okay. So you got till 8 p.m. to show get it done. And then tomorrow we're gonna do share outs. So work on it. We're gonna have what's called Boy Scouts honor on that, right?
Right.
All right, I'll see you later. Who's next in the list? I think
What you was about to say though, Mr. Tyler?
you said what, Garcia?
I said you was about to say something.
I forgot that fast.
I said
But
that I couldn't keep it plugged in because my mom needed the extension cord, but it was downloading the files.
okay, so you just gotta go back through and start the installation process again if it didn't finish.
All right, I got you.
Okay. So you're free to go work on that because I want you to have your internet speed, not for this meeting, but for getting that update on there, right? Because if you're on here, it's going to cut down your bandwidth.
All right.
All right. See you tomorrow. Be ready to share out, Garcia.
I got you. I'll share tomorrow.
Okay.
Have a good day, Mr. Tyler.
All right. You too. Stuckey, Miller, Kennard, Mims, and Litu. You guys have anything to offer before we proceed to adjourn class?
I was trinket thingy.
Who's that? Kennard, what'd you say?
I was just doing the sunset trinket, yeah.
You want to share your screen and show me what you're working on?
Yeah.
Again, there's no reason to not get the points. You just either do the simulator online or put your kit together correctly without breaking it. Okay, you're sharing. You got it.
Which one is it? This thing?
Yes. Now, did you do the activity? Like you got it going.
Yeah, I'm only like the third.
Learning, huh? Okay. All right, you good. You got your in-class points. Very good, Miss Kennard. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, you got your kit already?
No.
Oh, goodness. When are you going to do that?
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
It's confusing. What y'all like want us to go up there or not? Y'all sometimes y'all not at the school or sometimes y'all is.
Just reach out to Mr. Rush on Edsby, and he can let you know when they're up there. Each kit for the students are wrapped in Chris's presents. Just grab one, okay? All right. See you tomorrow. Great work. Who's next on my list? I haven't gotten Mr. Miller. Are you there? I see you like money.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Okay. So can you show your screen though? Like, did you work on a simulator or did you work on your kit?
Don't I gotta go get the kit?
You need it in front of you.
Oh yeah.
How you gonna work on a computer if you're not by it?
Yeah, I don't even know.
So do me a favor. Go through the kit, try to put it together, and be ready to share it in class tomorrow. Okay.
I bet.
No problem. I'll see you later. Last on my list is Aaliyah, Jalen, and Sinkyra. Jalen, you turned your microphone on. Looks like.
I need my kit. We got a kit.
You did. I talked to your mother this morning. She said she went and got it. Or she probably got it tomorrow, huh?
Oh, she probably didn't bring it home yet.
Right. So I want you to put that kit together. And if you don't put that kit together tonight, you still need to do the simulators. Did you do the simulator in the chat?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right now.
So you're trying to figure that out. All right. You need both parts, right? You need the simulator. You see my screen? You need this part. And in order how to use it, you need, where is it at? Is that other link? This one here, the Sense Hat Random Sparkles. You got to go through all the steps, Jalen. Introduction on down to challenge. And tomorrow I'll be able to present what you've gotten done, okay? All right, dude. I'm trying to help y'all midterm scores come up, but you got to put in the work. That's force times distance in physics. All right, so you're free to go. Leah and Sinkyra, what's the verdict? Miss Mims?
Tyler, since I can't share, I was texting you I sent you a picture.
Oh,
I had set it up, and I need them links. Can you post them in Esby? Yeah.
I could put it in
I
Esby.
don't know. I set it up, and it's just that code next on it. I don't know how to.
That means you skipped. Right, you skipped some steps. All right, so I'm gonna send you the links. Okay, I want you to look at those links in Esby and try to get it going.
Okay.
Thanks for trying. I'll see you tomorrow, but look for the links so you can get it done. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Last in my list, Valdez, you still here? You just like hanging out with me, huh? Aaliyah, Miss Mims. There you go. I was wondering where the diva went. Can you share your screen? What have you gotten so far? Did you do the simulator or did you work on your kit?
No, I had to do something for Mama. I'm doing a favor. I gotta run and go get my brother real quick.
You got to get some of this stuff done, Aaliyah. We're coming towards the end of the quarter and we're about to go on break. So try to get some of that done or at least get that kit put together. I gave you everything you need to do it.
I am.
Okay. I'll see you later. Valdez, I like hanging out with you, man. You're a smart man, but I'm about to, get the room closed up. So you know what to do, I think. And I appreciate your good works. It's going to pay off in the end.
Yeah, I'm just trying to I'm looking at this one walkthrough to do show a little pet walking on the Sense Hat.
Oh, that was a cool one. My son did that one.
And I'm almost there. I'm on the last line of code.
Keep working on it, man. You got it. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow, and I'm gonna be expecting you to share out. Do you foresee you're not gonna make it, or are you gonna be there?
I'll be there.
All right. Awesome.
Have a good
Take
day.
care. Enjoy your evening and have fun.
You too. Thank you.